guys, welcome to this video on 10 diet tips to increase protein intake for vegetarians by Healthify Me. My name is Aruna Prasad and I'm a nutritionist. I've done my masters in nutrition and biochemistry and I have been guiding people on food and nutrition for the last 11 years. In today's video, we'll be talking about 10 ways to increase your protein intake through a vegetarian diet. We all already know that protein is a macronutrient. It gives us about 4 kilocalories of energy for every gram of protein intake. So the most commonly asked question to a nutritionist is, how much protein do I need? Do vegetarians really lack protein in their diet? Can vegetarians not really increase their protein intake without the help of protein supplements? So these are some commonly asked questions by my clients. Now, answer to the first question is, how much protein do you really need depends on a lot of factors, from your daily activity levels, your age, if you have any underlying medical condition, and so on. So now, do not go by any set standards. Please talk to a nutritionist if you really want to understand your protein requirement. However, we have discussed some effective and 10 simple tips to increase your protein intake without really having to work extra in your kitchen or even spend a lot of money to improve your overall nutritional status or health. Here are 10 tips for vegetarians to increase their protein. My first tip for the day would be, start the day with nuts, a fistful. You say about 8 to 10 pieces, which you can probably soak it overnight as well. What it does is, it not just helps in adding to your protein intake, but also helps you beat the sugar craving through the day. Vegetarians mostly have a carb-heavy breakfast, so what nuts on waking up does is it automatically helps you manage your portion size along with adding protein, and not to forget the micronutrients, especially the minerals. What I prefer doing would be to probably pick up and grab some walnuts as soon as I wake up, because I miss soaking almonds overnight. So if you're somebody like me, walnuts can be a go-to option on waking up. Now, my second tip for the day would be to work on improving your protein intake for your breakfast. What you can do is add a cup of home-set curd or plain yogurt with your breakfast. This helps to increase your protein. Why did I say home-set curd? Is also because it helps you reap benefits of probiotics, which is the positive bacteria, and also improve your gut health, which further aids in absorption and assimilation of macro and micronutrients. Isn't that simple to do? So here's my third interesting tip. We all love dosas for breakfast, don't we? So if you are somebody who loves dosas because it's very simple and quick to do, and also keep wondering if you really are doing anything good to your system by having them, especially when we cannot do a good accompaniment with it, then I have a small trick and tip to manage this. What you can definitely do is replace your rice dosa or your rava dosa or even a wheat dosa with a pesarattu or adai dosa. What we use for pesarattu or adai dosa is a lot of mixed whole legumes. Any legume of your choice. It could be green moong, black chana, urad dal, tuar dal, whatever of your choice. Throw in also a couple of spices. It could be onion, garlic, green chilies. You could also chop in some fresh green leafy veggies like spinach or palak and add it to this. So then it becomes a really wholesome breakfast. You don't really need an accompaniment with it, but if you want, you can definitely have a katori of curd by the side. So this way, it becomes very nutritious, filling, easy and yummy too. You could even give that to your kids' dinner option or even breakfast, or a healthy, quick, fresh evening snack. Do let us know how you like this tip. Here comes my fourth tip. If you're someone who prefers having butter toast with a cup of tea for breakfast, you can slightly modify them without really having to put in too much effort or time. What you can do is either have a paneer bhurji with your toast or do a paneer toast. If you're not a big fan of doing dairy products with breakfast, what you can do is dip your slice of bread in besan batter. Throw in some veggies of your choice. You could even add some onions or say even spring onions if you prefer it that way, and add all the spices of your choices and roast it on a tawa. You don't even have to fry it. This can be a simple and interesting breakfast option for your kids' lunchbox too. Before we move further into other tips, let me tell you that we have just begun creating brand new content for our YouTube channel and will soon be uploading these brand new videos in the coming weeks. Healthify Me is going to be your perfect companion to guide you to perfect health. Whether it is to lose weight, to gain weight, get diet plans and nutrition tips, handle your medical conditions. It could be diabetes, hypothyroidism or hypertension, or even say if you want to build muscle, improve your fitness or just get into perfect shape. If you have not subscribed already, go and hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to stay tuned to Healthify Me's YouTube channel. So here comes my fifth interesting tip. If you're eating a typical Indian vegetarian meal, you're already getting enough protein and also complete protein, by the way. So wondering how? Because say proteins are made up of 20 different amino acids. There are 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot really make on its own, and it has to be supplied from the food that we eat. Foods that contain all the essential amino acids are called a complete protein. And people mostly confuse that complete protein sources are only from animal sources. Let me tell you, legumes and lentils are rich in lysine, which is missing in grains like rice. Grains contain cysteine and methionine, which are otherwise absent in lentils. So all these 3 amino acids that I was talking of are all essential amino acids. So just mixing or having grains with lentils is the simplest way to get all your essential amino acids and make it a complete protein meal. So what can be your go-to options? Khichdi, pongal or rajma rice. These not just add to your protein intake, but they're also so simple that you don't have to really bend backwards to achieve your complete protein meal. Now my favorite dinner option, especially when I've had a long day at work or even when I want to keep my dinner a little light, is a bowl of vegetable khichdi with some ghee and some raita. Isn't that very simple? You don't really have to think that protein meals need to be very complex or exotic. Here comes my 6th tip. Keep sprouts handy in your refrigerator. Sprouting mixed legumes like say green moong, black chana, lobia, rajma, cowpeas, horse gram, green peas or any legume that's probably local to you can basically be added to make your sprouts. These not just add variety, but they also obviously improve the amino acid profile and not make it very monotonous. What I prefer doing is to add a handful of these sprouts to my poha for breakfast or add it with my curd and turn it into a raita, or just add it to any of the rice preparations which mostly has only vegetables. So these can become my go-to lunch and dinner options. This is the simplest way to increase protein without having to spend a lot of time on cooking another accompaniment to your main course. Isn't that simple and interesting? Here comes my 7th tip. If you're not somebody who wants to pick up a protein supplement, then you can actually do something at home, like a DIY mix. Mix all the roasted lentils. It could be moong, chana, tuar, arhar and even legumes. What you got to do is powder them into a flour consistency. Add a tablespoon or 2 of your chapati dough, millet flour roti mix or even thali peeth dough. You could even mix this in a glass of buttermilk and have it post-workout. So this can actually be a great replacement for your protein supplement. You could also mix this with your breakfast porridge. This is another way to balance your protein intake through the day. What I also do is I mix this and turn them into quick pancakes for some coffee time snack if I really feel like eating something sugary or something sweet at that time. What you can also do is use them for your babies when you're introducing solid foods. Isn't that simple and interesting? So here comes my 8th tip. Most of us go wrong in choosing the right evening snack option. This is also when we fall off the health bandwagon, mainly because of improper planning. This could be because we probably focus on getting the right kind of food and nutrients in the first half of the day and probably just get too consumed with our work in the second half of the day. So if you have a few minutes in hand and also can whip up a quick fresh evening snack, then I have a couple of options. What you can do is probably saute some paneer. You could also saute some mushrooms if you're okay with it for your evening snack. Just boil some peanuts and turn them into your favorite chaat. If you're not okay with any of these and it's very hot on a summer evening, then you could also have a cup of fresh home-set curd or even plain yogurt with some berries thrown in. This way, it not just helps improve your protein intake, but guys, also very importantly, it helps you manage your portion size for dinner. My 9th tip is just start adding a lot of seeds. This helps you improve your protein intake. It also actually helps you improve your intake of fats, fiber, magnesium, selenium, to name a few important micronutrients that your body needs. All of these are important to support you on your weight loss journey, improve your skin and hair, manage hormonal fluctuations, and very importantly, prevent constipation. Which seeds do I recommend? I personally prefer a lot of sunflower, pumpkin and melon seeds. What I generally do is put my sunflower seeds or pumpkin or melon seeds into my soups. I sometimes even add it to my breakfast porridges, or if you're making a halwa or something, you can add those seeds in them as well. If you're making a salad, you can even top it up with a lot of seeds. The other option could be a lot of hemp seeds, sabja seeds, chia seeds, or even garden cress seeds. Soak them, then you could add them in your breakfast smoothie or with your raita, which you can enjoy with your lunch and dinner. Having nut butter handy is a great way to also meet your protein requirement. You can have them with a fruit or in the smoothies or as a dip, just to make a lot more interesting ways to increase your protein intake. Nut butters work just fine if you're staying in a rented accommodation without an access to the kitchen. Isn't that interesting? Now comes my last tip for this video. So there is a simple trick to make your vegetable salad and soup very high in protein. We already discussed that you can add a lot of seeds to it. You could even probably chop some almonds or walnuts and add it on your salad or on your soup. I already mentioned this in my last tip. Now what I also want you to try out is, you could probably soak a couple of lentils or add a sprout to your salad. This is very common even in a lot of Kannadiga and Maharashtrian households. For soups, what you can do is add a lot of dals. Say for example, some leftover dal from lunch can be added to your soup for dinner. You can add say moong dal to your spinach soup or tur dal to your tomato and capsicum soup. Adding lentils helps to thicken the soup, not change the taste, yet increase your protein intake. Now to sum it up, vegetarian diets are not protein deficient, provided guys you know how to manage balancing your meals. Sprouts, legumes, nuts, oil seeds, nut butter, mushrooms, green peas are some of the best sources of vegetarian protein. And remember, if you mix it with the grains, you can also turn them into complete protein. You also can do a lot of dairy products if you're okay with it. All of this just requires some effort to plan your meals and snacks ahead. Focus on including protein-rich sources, especially in monsoon and winter. This is my important tip for the day because it keeps you satiated for a very long time. Very importantly, manage your body weight because otherwise you would probably be eating all the time. Manage your blood sugar levels too. So my favorite here is freezing fresh peas in winter and adding a handful of them to almost every food. My other savior is actually mixed sprouts, especially when I'm running late in the mornings. I just try and use them in every meal possible. So do try out these tips, simple yet effective, and let us know if you have any interesting recipes using these sources. We would love to listen to your feedback and also share it with all our viewers too. I hope that you like this video. Do like the video, share it across with your family, friends and your loved ones, and you can also add this video to your own personal playlist and come back and watch this video regularly to make sure you implement all of those 10 great tips that we discussed on your protein intake. Let me know in the comments below which one of these tips are you going to implement today and also increase your protein intake without having to put in too much of effort. If you have not subscribed already, go and hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to stay tuned to Healthify Me's YouTube channel.